After months of grueling preparation, a group of adults with disabilities and their companions are waiting to board a plane for Africa, destination Tanzania and Mount Kilimanjaro. For Jamie McGee, sharing the journey with his brother Brian, this is the challenge of a lifetime. When he was 5, Jamie was hit by a motorcycle. 6 weeks in a coma left him with symptoms similar to those following a major stroke. A spinal injury left James Bridges unable to work and homeless. Often in pain, queuing for check-in has been tested.
It's been a very long and boring process. Wouldn't you agree, James? Are you on the flight?
Am I on it? Yeah. It's early in the morning, behave.
This will be his first time on a plane.
Is this your first time flying?
Yeah, I never flown. Never left the country.
Awesome. Excited?
Well, I haven't really thought about it.
Just easier.
Just let it happen. I just want to get there.
Each of the climbers will be supported by one or more buddies. The emotional bond between them is crucial as they help one another to the peak.
We've known about it for months, but it still hasn't quite started yet.
I think the thing is, you look down, not look up. You don't look to see where you have to go, you look to see where you've been, you'll feel better.
I don't care as long as there's no goats. That's what I'm interested in. As long as there's no goats on that mountain.
You've got to worry about now,
I'm fine with snakes. It's just the goats. I don't like their beards or their square pupils.
There it is.
This journey won't be easy for any of the group. Only 1 in 3 of those who attempt it reach Kilimanjaro's summit. The adventure will stretch everyone to their limits.
Do we have to conquer it? Can't we just sit and look at it? Picture of the mountain. I think we'll all be feeling that at some time or another.
We're going such a long way, and we're going to go and visit a mountain that's had a lot of press about climate issues recently. We're going to be pumping out tons of carbon just to get there.
Luke, an environmental consultant, is Alex Adams' buddy. As a teenager, Alex was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome and suffers from depression. He loves the outdoors and works as a gardener. For some of the group, the airport is the first opportunity to get to know each other.
I guess we're going to add to it, but hopefully we're going to do some benefits. Get way up, it'll be okay.
The trip is sponsored by Enham, a charity which provides opportunities and support for people with disabilities. Enham has been James Smith's family for the past 20 years. He has severe learning difficulties.
Alpine Ascents welcomes you to the Kilimanjaro climb. It really is a great expedition. Getting onto the mountain is a fabulous experience, and just by getting up the gumption to come here, I think that everybody has already said a lot about their character.
Mount Kilimanjaro attracts 30,000 climbers to Tanzania every year. Less than half make it to the top. With an average of 8 deaths a year, it is not a mountain to be taken lightly. Pauline is Enham's office administrator. Her smiles conceal her anxiety. Has she trained enough for the trip?
Oh, I just think I saw a goat. I think I just saw another goat.
Sorry, I'm trying to surprise, hopefully your neighbour.
With their first glimpse of the peak, the team know the trip will be an emotional and physical challenge for all of them. A riding accident has left horse trainer Val Bradshaw with one leg several inches shorter than the other. It's taken nearly 30 operations to enable her to walk again. But like everyone else, she is determined she'll make it to the summit.
I can't believe we're going to climb that. I have got to get to the top of that
You don't have
mountain.
to want to.
I've got to.
We sent her a postcard. Women, girls like that.
The expedition is the brainchild of businesswoman Herta von Stiegel. When bad weather forced her and her husband Hans to abandon their own summit attempt 10 years ago, she vowed to come back. She believes this is the ideal opportunity to show the world that it is our hearts and minds, rather than our bodies, that limit us, to conquer the mountain within. At the trailhead, the climbers meet the support team. 180 porters from the Chaga tribe will haul most of the gear and set up camp each night. But each climber must carry the clothing and equipment they'll need for the day. Finally, the adventure begins. Mount Kilimanjaro is near the equator and so high that their 6-day, 100-kilometer ascent will take them through almost every climate zone on Earth. The Machame Trail is the most beautiful but more challenging route up the mountain. It also offers the best chance of acclimatization to altitude. AMS, acute mountain sickness, may strike suddenly and if not treated quickly can be fatal. But today the path is gentle.
Good at the moment, high spirits. Well, I am. It seems that the group started well. High morale, they call it.
Nice steady pace to begin with. Yeah. Everything's pretty happy. Alex seems to be doing really well. And we're having a good chat with the lads. It's good talks as well.
I was rather puffed out the first couple of strides, and I thought I'm not going to do this. But you sort of get used to it, and I'm really better now, aren't I? Yes. And I could talk a lot, can't I?
In Saudi Arabia, in the Moon Mountain.
19-year-old Ahmed, who has cerebral palsy, is the youngest member of the team. He's from Saudi Arabia, where his climbing buddy Ali is his sports coach. Ahmed's father died 10 weeks ago, and he wants to complete the climb in his memory.
He got tired.
Oh my God, you're like one of those.
Michael, you'd make a brilliant drag queen. Huh? You'd make a brilliant drag queen, I think.
Not in this.
Don't you believe what you read?
No, you would.
He said he wants to finish and go back. I told him still early. ايش هذا لسه فاضل 6 ايام.
يا ساتر.
6 days more, huh?
Yeah.
15 it is.
20.
15!
Pauline, I'm the quiz master. I don't even know why I'm asking you. I'm the one doing it.
Yes, but you can be a master, but you'll be no
Are you
master
in-
if nobody joins you.
I thought you said you were going to be in your tent consoling people, rubbing their feet after the first day.
And racing to the top, huh?
Yes, I don't.
What do you want? Banana? Energy bar?
I'll have the energy bar.
So far, the trail has not placed too great a demand on the climber's fitness. There's even enough breath to talk and get to know each other. James Smith met his trail buddy, Australian actor Morgan Roy, for the first time at the airport. But already a close friendship has grown.
Suck it down, man. Keep it doing. Did you see me in the toilet, man? I hope you didn't see me in the toilet. But
No, I didn't see you.
there's a special little handle for emptying the toilet, which I didn't know about. Therefore, I used the stick. It didn't work too well either.
No.
But I'm going to pull the handle when you finish, all right?
As evening shadows stretch out, so does the group of climbers. The day has taken its toll on Pauline. Camp will be a welcome sight for all.
It's been really great. We started off from getting from the hotel, had a fantastic drive, a huge view of Kilimanjaro, and had a absolutely awesome trek coming up within the rainforest for the first few hours of the day. And it's been really interesting. The team have done really well.
The highlight of my day is the fag packet on on the sign that says no bushfires and be careful with the cigarette end. That was probably the funniest moment. And the sounds of the birds suddenly tweeting as I was coming up to the camp. I thought I was in a bird sanctuary all of a sudden, because all the birds started tweeting like it was, when it's dawn. We're still alive.
Damn right we are.
Yeah,
Damn right we are. And your parents
we haven't had any serious crises yet, but we never know.
The condensation all fell on my sleeping bag, and I couldn't work out quite why there was so much. I'm awful sorry, I urinated all over your sleeping bag.
The support team confer over coffee. So far, everyone seems to have adapted well to altitude, though not perhaps the cold.
Chapter's happy.
How'd you sleep, James?
Very well.
I was cold most of the night. I didn't think I would be. I don't usually feel the cold, but it was quite chilly.
Talbot, let's go.
But today, the trail is less forgiving. The team struggles to find a common pace. Jamie McGee and his buddies Michael and Pauline begin to lag far behind the rest.
I will never leave. No matter what it happens, no matter what it takes us, I will never leave you. No matter what it happens, no matter what it takes us, I will never leave you.
Higher up the trail, James Bridges, buddied with Jamie McGee's brother Brian, are setting a strong pace. Horse trainer Val Bradshaw is doing her best to keep up with them. But exhaustion is taking its toll on tempers.
I'll just have a little bit
Yeah, and you need something
Yeah,
to
Jamie, you must...
Oh, Pauline, stop going on.
No, just have something. Jamie.
The porters do their best to rally flagging spirits.
How was the singing?
Brilliant. Don't know what they were singing about though, but
No, it doesn't matter.
I think they were saying about Big Mama and Piglet, I believe.
I think they were saying Chris is a tosser.
That goes without saying though, doesn't it, really? Let's be honest. Everyone knows that.
James, should we crack on?
Really well.
Godsend having these sticks. Left them behind, that would be nothing.
But the mountain threatens to claim its first casualty. Someone else is in trouble lower down the trail.
Look, Mama. See that?
Oh my goodness.
See? Yeah.
Pauline stops for a breather with Liz Curtis, who is showing the first signs of mountain sickness.
Mapumziko, you remember? We were
Liz,
together.
recovering from a nervous breakdown, shrugs off the support team's concern.
A short break.
She doesn't want to turn back at this early
A short
stage.
break.
Higher up the mountain, the faster climbers are already reaching the lunch spot.
What's been your favourite part? You?
The view. The view.
Walking?
Walking.
What about me?
Walking.
And me?
And you.
Yeah.
And the buddy.
My buddy. That's it. What's been the hardest part?
Coming up
Yeah, coming up the steep part, eh?
the steep part.
The rocks and stuff.
Coming up the rocks.
What are you looking forward to in the next few days?
Big one.
Big one?
Big one.
That big one?
Up that. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're at 12,000 feet now, and so no effects of breathing or anything like that? All fine?
Well, I have trouble drinking and breathing at the same time. I can't even eat and walk at the same time. Not, I can, but not on the mountain because you know, you're breathing and it. So I have to stop to drink, to eat.
Two hours behind the others, the distance between Jamie McGee's group and the front of the team continues to widen. Pauline is still with him, but his other buddy, Michael, has pressed on ahead.
Didn't he?
What's that all about?
I don't know.
Have to have words with him when we get into camp tonight, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, shall we?
The guides do their best to help him, but his weaker left arm and leg make it hard going. Now Jamie is falling further and further behind. His brother, Brian, is waiting anxiously for him at the lunch spot. At last, after 7 grueling hours on the trail, Jamie makes it to the lunch spot, long after most of the others have left.
So another 3 hours? 4? For us, 6?
All I can tell you is that you are halfway in
Okay,
elevation and in distance, yes.
I can see the knackered. Absolutely.
Best footage footage.
This is going to give you a very nice whack.
You give him a welcome with. I said, God, Jamie's here.
There's nothing to worry.
Alright. You alright? Yeah. We've been all waiting here for you.
Oh, he's fantastic.
You legged it, didn't you?
Oh, trust me, I didn't leg it.
He's
I could have
waited
legged
here
it anywhere.
No, I think it's
Wait on one of the ledges.
The folks left an hour ago is all.
If we get him out, which we will, in the morning, we'll just be a bit more organised and get his crap together and get him out.
Yeah,
before
I think
everyone
we'll
else.
have a little strategy session about tomorrow, because tomorrow's a long day.
The sun has set by the time Jamie's buddy group finally reach camp.
Get near that heater. I don't know why I'm crying.
Share the heater with me.
Yeah. Make sure you're warm. I'm going to go. I'd rather do it sideways.
If I want to be buried, I want that food.
Yeah.
After only a short night's sleep, altitude is beginning to affect the group. Several people are suffering from headaches and loss of appetite. Ali finds it difficult to get Ahmed up and ready for the new day. This third day will be the hardest yet, nearly twice yesterday's distance, through a rocky desert landscape. Brian McGee is worried how his brother Jamie will cope.
One step at a time, but we need to make sure that we're carrying some extra clothes today for getting in late.
Done that.
Yeah.
I was trying to get him to eat, and I turned around and he was like,
It's just physical exhaustion. It's just sheer physical exhaustion.
Kilimanjaro is Africa's highest volcano, dormant for at least 1,000 years. With no known record of its last eruption, it's hard to say how long these ancient lava formations have stood here. In the decreasing oxygen levels, they present a formidable obstacle, slowing the pace and sapping the morale of the team. Michael has again pushed ahead of Jamie and Pauline. Having pushed herself hard the previous day, Val labours over the rough terrain. Still further behind, Jamie waits for his buddy Pauline to catch up. Liz Curtis, who had mountain sickness yesterday, is nowhere to be seen.
I didn't think I'd do it.
Turn the water off.
I thought you might be thirsty.
Give her a water bill.
How are you?
I'm alright, mate. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I've just won it. Like a damn roller coaster, isn't it? I was so up yesterday. I'm down today.
Yesterday, going out in cliff face.
Oh, that was scary. That was amazing. You are just amazing. It's fantastic. I was so worried about you, but you did it. You've been over again, fallen over again.
No, that's just
Oh, right. So where's Michael?
He's
gone off.
Good off head.
He's gone ahead with Susie.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look how close it is.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
Can't believe it. God, Bennett.
When we get to the
it's
top, I'm going to build a snowman.
We're going to build a snowman.
Yeah.
Of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can throw snowballs at it.
I might have a snowball fight with Michael.
That'd be brilliant. He'll hate it, so we'll both do it.
Snows of Kilimanjaro, well, it seems like from this angle it looks like there's quite a lot. We haven't seen that many from different directions. But since records began in 1912, snow cover was reduced by about 80%. That's a hell of a lot.
So would there have been where we see dirt? Would there have been a glacier there at one stage?
There possibly could have been. Yeah, it was. The satellite images, you can see that even just going back satellites from like 20 years ago, from above, you just see the area of white is so much larger. So probably where you've got gaps up there in the snow, where you've just got the rock, that would be more like it would be covered, and it'd probably be quite a lot thicker. But then again, there's been a lot of studies recently. Back in 2002, 2003, there was a huge big bit of press that Kilimanjaro was like the symbol of climate change, and that everything's going to melt within a couple of years. They said about 2020 it'll be all gone. But more recent studies have said no. Well, it's more complex than that. It's attributed to climate change, but there's a huge amount of factors, and it's a very complicated thing. And they reckon maybe we've got up to about sort of 30, 40 years possibly, still having some left. So it's something that's in the balance at the moment, but it's still beautiful. And I guess the message is climate change is probably causing it. We just got to do our best to limit it as much as possible. But she's still a beauty.
At 2 o'clock, the first climbers arrive at the day's lunch spot. Soon after, word travels along the trail that Liz Curtis has been sent back down the mountain with suspected cerebral edema, the final stage of acute mountain sickness. Alex and Luke take the news as a warning.
We're all supposed to be helping each other, and certainly since last night, we've all kind of come together.
You did a good job. Everyone's finding it difficult, aren't they?
But as like Liz, suddenly, they got a bit kind of serious, and they're talking about going back to the hotel, and I'm trying to keep away from all that. I don't want to mess it up by just simple, stupid things like not drinking enough or getting a headache, which I know I shouldn't have had, but it's a bit disappointing that she isn't going to make it.
Pauline doesn't arrive at the lunch spot until mid-afternoon. She's become separated from Jamie, who's a long way behind and suffering from exhaustion.
It's beautiful.
As the day wears on, there's more bad news. With team morale already low because Liz has had to turn back, now Val Bradshaw shows signs of worsening AMS. The medics rush back down the trail to treat her.
Where's Anton? Is Anton here? Anton? Anton's got the other bag.
Can I call him? Sure.
You want somebody to drop a pack and go get it?
Hey?
My boy should be just behind me.
I think we should just give her an antiemetic and some Diamox.
Yeah, give the antiemetic first. We'll wait a few minutes and we'll give you something to swallow, okay?
Okay.
We'll help you with the
Give me an anti-sickness.
I think Anton's got the IVs.
Let's give her an IM. Oh, that's slim.
We're just going to pop a cannula in your arm.
Wait a minute.
Just move around the back of the room.
No, I've got nothing over there.
You on this side? Can we get a jacket on this lovely lady? Possible?
Yeah, get him on.
Yeah, my veins aren't good when I'm cold. Okay, that's fine. Those injections are good, then your blood sting.
Well, let's wait for Anton to come. So it's going to be a few minutes. All right.
Do the rest of you guys want to go on? Because it's 5:30. You don't want to get in when it's dark because you'll get cold. So I think that you should crack on and your buddies stick together.
I got well trained.
Will I help the ladies?
The unforgiving nature of the trail makes it all the more important that the buddies stick together to help each other. As the light fails and temperatures plummet well below freezing, James Smith, James Bridges and their buddies embark on a steep descent over loose rock. It's a race against time to reach camp before dark. This rough terrain could be even more problematic for Jamie McGee, several kilometers further back on the trail. The medics are increasingly worried about how the day has gone.
Actually, I think for the moment I'm not 100% on this.
Okay.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's. I mean, this is important though.
Yeah, I just
it's
feel
important to say, hey, we don't know what's going on. I mean, you guys are obviously a little bit.
We've had a hard day today,
Yeah.
both Jack and I, and we've covered quite a lot of ground having to go back. And having come down here personally, I feel that it's not suitable for one of the, one of the group, definitely. And perhaps that should have been decided earlier than having done it now. So we're just kind of trying to figure out a way of getting him down without exhausting him, really.
Yeah, well, we're going to try and get communication with the top.
Do you think there's a carry potential? Do we
There's
have
a
a
carry
litter?
potential. They've got enough manpower to carry him, which is fine.
In the dark, there's the risk of also then to the porters and
Risk to the porters
and to him.
Right.
Whether we can maybe pitch a tent and get him some food up there, so he can come down in the light, or even go back to the shearer plateau where he can get a lift down. I think that's another option. But I think that, on retrospect, he shouldn't have perhaps come this far.
By nightfall, Val is struggling and still nowhere near camp.
Can I take the fifth on that one? Tell you later.
Yes, you can. Let's just say it was interesting.
Somebody said when I got in the group, make a good story in the pub one day.
It's been the toughest day so far. Many of the party are still on the trail.
Been walking in the dark for must be 2 or 3 hours now, which is obviously a little more nerve-wracking and a little more exhausting than doing it in the daylight. But There's still pretty good team spirit. I think a few people are quite at the end of their exhaustion rope. But camp apparently is about 20 minutes in that direction.
We made it.
I'm absolutely exhausted. That's almost as hard as childbirth. And whoever says that Kilimanjaro is not hard, they're so lying. I don't think you should ever underestimate the power of the mountain.
It's nearly 10 p.m. by the time the main group limp into camp after a grueling 13 hours on the trail. But Jamie, Pauline and Michael are still on the mountain. An emergency team meeting is called.
Tonight is a very emotional night for all of us. I am deeply concerned about the people that we still have out there and about Jamie on the mountain. The one thing I can offer to Dad, if we can know that John's mobile phone is on, then we have a satellite phone that we can use to make any phone calls we need to.
Jamie was just too tired and too exhausted to continue here.
And I think that he should be in our thoughts tonight. And we should be proud of him for what he has accomplished today, because it's pretty incredible.
Pauline and Michael are still descending to this camp with a couple of guides from the lunch spot. They will be the latecomers tonight.
What's the deal with the buddy system? Because you know, we were all assigned buddies at the beginning. And I thought the deal was that you kind of stuck with your buddy. And you know, I was thinking about Jamie, because he's sort of in good hands and he's down there with John and his quarters, but he's not with his buddy.
Right.
And that kind of wasn't the deal at the beginning when we were all, because we may as well just all turn up here as a group if that buddy system isn't going to be implemented.
The feedback we were getting was that it would be highly unfair if a buddy could go on not to be allowed to do so because the buddy had to go down the mountain.
But he's not down, he's still on the mountain at the moment. He could wake up in the morning and say, I want to carry on, but he's not with anyone else.
It's something that's been very much in my mind. And so at the moment, yes, we do have your brother up there. I'm very concerned about that, but I know he's in very, very safe hands.
There was such a wonderful buddy system in action tonight with Morgan and with James. I mean, those two watched out for each other, they stuck together. It was brilliant, and I think that was the purpose of the whole thing. So I think we should continue that, but very much recognize that if we do have to split up, because one body needs to go down, and whether that's the disabled body or the non-disabled body, it could be either one, that we readjust and make sure that we can continue with a slightly readjusted configuration. Yeah.
I mean, it's tough for everyone. We've all had a tough day, and there's people with attitude sickness, and you know, it's just physically really, really demanding. And you know, Jamie's got a lot to put up with, and it's just taking the toll on his body. I mean, I didn't think we were going to get him to the tent last night. That was an 11-hour day for him. But he got up this morning and he had, 7 hours sleep, and he was eating and raring to go. And I know he'll wake up in the morning and he'll want to carry on. But, to get him 5 hours to here, realistically, there's probably not much further he could go. I kind of just, for his sake, hope he calls it a day.
A decision is made. After 3 heroic days, Jamie McGee turns back, able to hold his head high that he came so far. Val and Pauline's journey must end here too. Michael is bitterly disappointed, but decides to go with them.
Had it not been that wall today, I could have continued, but I was ill yesterday, very sick. And I'll come back and do it again.
I know.
Bye, James.
He helped you last night over the rock.
Oh, did he?
Of
course, yes.
I
I will do, thanks you.
Get me over the rocks down there last night.
Are you alright?
Just make sure you get to the top.
You...
For all of us.
Are you all suntan lotioned
All
up?
over here.
Thank you. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Come, David. We're going back with a tan.
Really. Proud of him. So proud of him. It's really showing. This is it. It is. It's a tough decision.
Take care.
But for the rest, the journey continues. Of the original 7 climbers, 4 still remain: James Smith, James Bridges, Alex Adams, and Ahmed Al-Franji. The trail today takes them to the formidable Barranco Wall. This was the point at which torrential rain forced expedition leaders Herta and Hans to turn back 10 years ago. The team must pull together for what will be a make-or-break few hours. The wall will tax the weaker climbers almost to the limit.
Push your head. Okay. Work your left foot up and then swing that right one up. Nice. Call it a high step. Good girl.
Hey! Hey! One over! One over! One over! Very good. Very good. Whew. Nice job. We did it. We did it.
Have you been drinking because we're having our competition?
Yeah.
You promise? Well done. Promise me?
Alright. Well done, fellas.
How was it, Ali? You made it.
Really, it was very difficult, and I'm too much worried, and I'm not feeling good before we start, because we have James. Can you come, James, please?
But you made it, James.
Yeah, you did
well
it.
Done.
James
well
and
done.
Ahmed,
Oh,
they need really help, physical, and they need encouragement to do all that things. And
so how is Ahmed feeling?
Ahmed, he do good.
Oh, jeez, you got in here. Put that one on. Alright? On, man.
But there's no time to linger. The weather is closing in, and the treacherous Karunga Valley lies between them and tonight's camp. James Smith and Ahmed both find the going tough. The porters encourage the climbers the last few steps of the way into camp. This will be the first evening the team have all made it to the tents before nightfall. But the triumph is tinged with sadness, knowing so many friends have had to leave the mountain.
Well, I mean, this morning at breakfast, I was like, I kind of work, try not to bring it up too much because there's a lot of emotion and that. And then suddenly I heard, I suddenly got the number at 4, and then suddenly it turned to 6 before we even started. I think it was 6.
Is it 6?
Is it 6? Because old Michael Steele and I think it was Pauline went down. We said our goodbyes. It's like I didn't really want to say goodbye.
Emotional day, wasn't it? Really.
And then
All day was.
We did, after that boom thing this morning, when you was doing your little bit with that massive crane thing, I suddenly got halfway up the cliff. Just, bloody, I don't know, emotion hit me, something chronic, and just started crying for some reason, I don't know, missing family. But it wasn't like, like the illness, AMS, or it's just emotion, and then suddenly I saw the doctors tonight and it was like altitude, the height.
Where's Michael and Pauline? Remember we said goodbye to them?
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
Down to the... What's the... Back to the...
hotel.
The hotel.
What? Would you rather be at the hotel or would you rather be here?
No, I'd rather be up here. Come on.
Why would you rather be up here?
Look.
Yeah.
This.
And that, eh?
And that thing behind us.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
be up there soon enough, won't we?
Yeah.
You looking forward to it?
Mm.
You're mad for it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you worried at all about going up there?
No, thank you.
No?
No.
You've got this young man on your right to give you a hand. He's done a good job, eh?
Yeah.
Been a good buddy.
Good buddy.
The other James. Whew.
Smith.
Is that his name, Smith?
Smith.
He's amazing. He's, you know, you don't really understand what he's saying, but he's
very
done bloody
shy.
well. Mm.
I mean, the last couple of days he's been kind of putting his fingers up and, you all right, mate? And all this.
Yeah, he's come out a bit in himself when we first met him. But now he's, you know what I mean? He's trying to be like one of us. He's one of us.
I've
You know what I
met
mean?
him,
You know, joining in and
you
that.
know, he's come out a hell of a lot.
Mm.
Like, watch out for that rock out. Watch out for that. Bit of pebble there moving. But 10 years ago, it would have been like, because I've known him for at least 15 years, and it's like, before it was like, you wouldn't get a word out of him.
Day 5. As an icy dawn breaks over Karanga camp, even the portaloos are frozen solid. Now, only one day's climb separates them from the final push to the summit. The peak is in their sights all day as they climb.
Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata.
Kilimanjaro.
What does that mean, Sheila?
No props. No props.
You still can't quite tell if you've got it in the right place or and it will.
See, I'm conserving energy by not moving much. Push. I know you can do it. That was good. You warm now?
هلا ما نطلع ننام فوق هونيك بعدين حنطلع لفوق.
He's asking where we would sleep tonight. I told him on the top of the mountain. No, on that saddle. That you go up with this first, then going down, and then there's a saddle. We sleep there.
So tomorrow, all our way on the snow will walk. So we
Well, for a lot of it, there will be mixed rock and ice.
Okay.
Like yesterday, just as they were singing the song, riding song.
Yesterday was really a bit of a low day for me, I suppose. I think the whole group are missing all of the guys that have gone down. Jamie in particular, because he was pretty good at, you know, cracking the wise comments and making people laugh. Yeah, it's sad, but I'm sort of happy that he's made the right decision, and I know that he's all right, and he's down in Arusha, and he's probably sat there with a cold beer.
مرشح؟ طيب ولمين اشتقت انت اكثر شيء؟
لماما.
لماما ومين كمان؟
لأخواني.
شو بتقول لهم طيب؟ انت وين صرت هلا؟
فوق الجبل.
فوق الجبل؟ يعني قديش باقيين لحتى نوصل لأعلى الجبل فوق؟
اليوم بالليل.
اليوم بالليل إن شاء الله. لوين حنروح؟
فوق الجبل.
حنطلع؟
على راس الجبل.
على راس الجبل. بتحب تقول لهم شيء لأهلك من هون؟ لماما وأخواتك؟
إن شاء الله هذه تكون هدية لإلكم.
هدية ولمين كمان؟
لبابا.
طيب وليش انت هلا مبسوط ولا زعلان؟
زعلان.
ليش زعلان؟ ليش زعلان؟ ليش زعلان؟
عشان الجو بارد.
الجو بارد؟ بس عشان الجو بارد؟ مش عشان اشتقت لماما واخواتك؟ اشتقت لهم كثير؟ طيب بتحب تقول لهم شيء كمان؟
يوم آخر يوم.
يوم آخر يوم.
نتصرفوا. بعدين ننام شوية نرجع على الفندق.
اوكي ماشي. شاطر أحمد. Now Ahmed, he answered me that he's not feeling well. He has runny nose. He misses his parents, and this Kilimanjaro climbing, it's a gift for his parent and for his father who died before we came here by 45 days. He's missing his brothers and his sisters, and he's sending his regards to his mother and his brothers. And as I told you, he has a runny nose and he's not feeling well because he's feeling very cold. And as what you see and what you hear, that he's going to cry, but I stopped asking him anything because I hope he will do it. And in the end, he told me, if our God permit, we will reach the summit and we will take some pictures there. And it will be a gift to all his parents. That's all.
As they file up the last slope towards Camp 5, everyone's thoughts are on tomorrow's attempt on the summit. Only 5 hours away.
Camp number 5. Still can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
How are the legs, Alex?
Nothing wrong with the legs. Goddamn.
Really good job of
Breathing, man. Breathing and knocked off a few cobwebs on my leg.
Tomorrow. Tonight. Oh.
Fantastically well done. How you feeling?
Very good.
That's all he ever does, isn't it? How you feeling? Do you ever feel anything but?
That's him.
Thumbs up.
God, you're good.
Lovely. You done well.
Lovely.
It was lovely, wasn't it? You done so well.
For the last few inches, I had a headache for the last 2 bloody miles.
What's else? Why didn't you say something?
Because he was worried we'd start giving him drugs and sending him down, wouldn't we?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Bloody doctors.
Oh.
Come on, James. Guess I found us a soft bed this time. No slippery slide, eh?
They need to retire to the tents early. The climbers have to be up an hour before midnight, ready for the last push to the peak.
Yeah, James, man. Well done, man.
Well done,
You
mate.
did great, buddy.
Slowly.
Lots of poly, yeah.
Nice view. Have you seen the view?
That's a very nice view.
Yep.
Looks like we've been living above the clouds for nearly a week.
Yeah.
We haven't seen another human being apart from water.
That's where it all is. I've been saying that to a few people as well. They must think I'm a bit mad, but no.
It is all mental, isn't it, rather than physical at this stage, especially.
Concentrating and all that, and your breathing and all that.
Alright, so ready? You gonna do it?
Do practice now. Yeah.
You gonna do it, man?
Wave the flag.
That's right.
What time do we get up? At 11 o'clock. An on-time departure is? Midnight. And what happens if you are there ready to go at 12:10:01?
Left behind.
You're left behind. That's right.
Okay, James. Up you get.
It's still half an hour short of midnight. After only a few hours' sleep, Morgan Roy is helping James Smith get dressed for the summit attempt.
Hello.
You go. You go. That's it. Almost there. Easy. You got it? That's it.
Hello. Morning. Like going through a tunnel.
Now put the beanie back on.
The hat back on. Just any old.
Yep, any old how.
Can you touch the light back on?
There you go. And most importantly,
My glasses.
your eyes.
2 pairs of eyes with sunshades. I want to see where I'm going.
There you go. All right, gloves.
Big one.
And out we go.
Can I give anyone a refill on porridge? How many scoops? Oh, look at that.
How's everybody feeling?
Sick.
Tired.
Breakfast at camp.
Well, come on, let's hear some words of encouragement.
Invigorating.
How's everyone feeling?
One more step to Stella Point. From there, it's the summit.
The climb has to begin in the dark to allow enough time to reach the summit and descend safely in a single day. Their first objective is Stella Point, and they need to be there by dawn. The cold is intense, the air thin. With their objective hidden in darkness, the steep climb proves too much for some of the team. At 4:20 a.m., Jane, Sheila and Claire from the support team give up. "40 minutes later, Ahmed and Ali turn back. Now there are just 3 of the original 7 climbers left: Alex Adams, James Bridges, and James Smith.
Does that work, eh? Slow deep breaths. Slow deep breath. That's it.
It was for me, I know that one.
Nearly killed me too. I only got here 5-10 minutes ago. This will tell you, I was on my knees. Barely made it. Barely made it. But I did.
Give me 5, Alex. Please, 5, Alex. On top of Kilimanjaro. 10.
Great effort, boys.
Congratulations, brother.
Great effort.
Very good.
Well done, man.
Alex, James Bridges, and James Smith have all made it to Stella Point. There's enough time for a warming drink, but the climbers can't rest for long. Rising from the rim of the crater, the summit is only a mile away. Finally, within reach.
James has been up. Someone did. James followed the camera. Congratulations. Awesome.
How does it feel, mate?
You're speechless, I think.
I am totally naked.
But you're a happy man.
Oh, yeah.
Still some way short of the summit, Brian McGee becomes dizzy and finds it hard to get to his feet again. But he's so close he won't give up, determined to finish the climb for his brother Jamie.
Good chunder. Did you get that on film?
No. Just the aftermath.
I felt pissed then.
So touch this thing. Enjoy it now. Done the mission.
where cameraman falls down the heap right next door to you.
That's like trying to walk pissed, sobering up 10 minutes and then just being all over. Oh, I'm not moving for a while. Thank you for getting me here, mate.
Happy climbers. Happy climbers. Nice going, sir.
Thank you, mate.
Nice going.
Cheers.
What up, buddy? Alex? Come on over, buddy.
James Smith, Alex Adams and James Bridges have all made it. The team are almost too exhausted to take in their achievement.
He's taking me home then.
Okay, let's get him out, all right?
Awfully night.
Yes.
Awful. But I'm sure 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we'll be good as new in 10 minutes.
Set out to raise 1.2 million.
Well, I think it's just nice.
It's a time to reflect on why they're here and to remember those who are waiting for them below.
Now we're going to ascend that way down to the camp down there in an hour, which took us about 9 hours to get up. We're all knackered and have no suntan lotion. Generally feeling quite. Okay. Right, put that camera away.
Yep, and let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, boys.
It's their last day on the mountain.
Well, now it's like a day in, I just think, what? I climbed it. When I was doing it,
Hard work, wasn't it? Gosh, it was hard work. But what about the view at the top? How you were telling me earlier?
Like, yeah, it looked like the Antarctic. So, hang on, we changed continents here.
You walked up a hill and suddenly you're in the Antarctic, yeah?
It's got the Antarctic, and now we're in it. No, we're not. It's it looks very strange.
نشوف الساعة الهدايا إذا منيحة ولا لا.
He said he's going to buy some gifts to his parents, but he want to check the price if it's good it's not expensive, so he will buy some gifts to his brothers and to his cousins. That's all. He decided to go down after we walk around for hours, and we still have 1 hour to reach the first point. I wish I can reach the summit, but Ahmed, he was very tired, and I can't leave him alone.
I broke down in tears at Stella Point just because it was so. I just had seven odd hours of constant pushing, and it was just literally just me and him. And I was looking at his heels and talking to him for 7 hours, and suddenly all of that had gone because we made it to the top.
Very good. When I got up there, I was exhausted. But now I reflect on it, I'm very quite proud of myself and glad I've done it.
But the real joy is saved for the descent to join their friends at the end of the trail below.
Kwa pamoja basi hapa. Tumalizie hiyo. Eba. Tumalizie game hilo. Eba. Pande.
Whether they manage to reach the summit or not, the journey is an incredible achievement, a life-changing experience for all the climbers. Each and every one has conquered a mountain within.
Cheers.